Good morning, good afternoon, good evening YouTube, Crazy here. Like I said in the last video, I'm going to show you how to get out Exceed monsters, how to get them out, what to do, and at the end of the video I'm going to show you which card to get your hands on. Right, as you can see, these ones are black, but the stars are reversed. Instead of being on this side, they're on this side. And as you can tell from the bar, they're not called Exceed monsters, they're known as XYZ. Don't ask me why. They just call them XYZ monsters. They're like, okay. we call them Exceed monsters either way, but they're just called XYZ. Right, I'm going to show you the generic ones, which will be Purple Palpative. I didn't organise this one quite well. Zemains, Utopia, My Stroke. There's loads and loads of Shockmaster. There's loads of specialised, quite powerful monsters. Sure got a decent rank 5 here. Yeah, Tyrus, which was the third card I showed you, and Photon Strike Bouncer. Right. So and you're probably asking yourself, how do I get these XYZ monsters out? Right. How it works is you have two monsters of the same level. As you can see, I got Jan, Paladin, Lightborn Paladin, and Wolf. I'm just using these two cards as just a way to show you how to get these cards out. Right. To get out any of these Exceed monsters, what you have to do is you say overlay these two monsters, like I'm overlaying these two to XYZ or something. This is how you do it for every single monster. It doesn't matter which one it is. And to use its effect, you detach one of the materials, because that's what these cards underneath this are called. They're called materials. And you basically remove the material. You basically remove one, which goes to grave or banished, depends on if you have macro on the field or not, and to use its effect. Unlike synchro monsters, which can use their effects multiple times, or any other normal monsters multiple times, these ones have a limit, depending on how many what's underneath it. It can be quite good because it'll help you out in those certain turns to just get over things. But as I said, the cards uses are limited, but the cards themselves are quite powerful. So I'll just get these two cards out again. If you wanted a monster that was higher, like a rank 5, let's say these two monsters were level 5 monsters, you go overlay into a rank 5. Oh, I have two monsters there. A rank 5 monster. Very, very simple. But there are some monsters that can overlay each other. Here's one. Guy Dragoon, the Thunder Charger. This card can overlay with two rank 7s, right? Let's say these two cards are rank 7s. You can overlay these two to get this card out. But most people don't do that. In this game, they use him to overlay for something else. Let's say you had Tyrus on the field that had no materials on the field. Had no materials underneath it, so you can't use the effect anymore. So what you do is you overlay this with one him. This is this card's special effect. It can overlay with a rank 5 or rank 6 monster. He's a rank 5, you can overlay him with him. Very, very powerful. Very, very nasty too, because he's a piercer. His effect, he doesn't have any effects apart from piercing, and that's it. That's all he does. He's just a 26 piercer. That's quite nasty. Some of them require more than just 2. Some of them require 3. Shockmaster Hazy Flame, Bacillus, and number 32 Shock Drake. These two require 3. With this one requires 2 or more. With these cards, you need 3 level 4 monsters. As you can tell, to get out the required rank, because they're not known as levels, they're known as ranked monsters. To get the required ranked monster out, it requires it's a rank 4, so you need a level 4 monsters. Doesn't sound too hard. Bacillus requires rank 6 monsters. And you probably think to yourself, how the hell can you get more than 5 level 6 monsters out? Well, I'm going to be showing a deck profile of my Hazy Flames, which I just rebuilt. It's very, very powerful, and you can get this card out quite fast with 5 materials on it, and this thing is just wrecks, because it's like a near enough a god card, because you can't destroy it by card effects, can't be targeted, and it's also 3,500. I'll explain that when it comes to the video. Right. In the series, if you watch the series, you would obviously find out about these 2 cards. These are known as number C39 and C32, which is Chaos numbers, which we know as Chaos 39 Utopia Ray and Chaos 39 Shark Drake. These one require a little bit more of a cost. This one requires 4 level 4 monsters, and this requires 3 level 4 light monsters. Quite hefty cost, right? But if you have where's Utopia and Shark Drake. If you notice before, it says C39 Utopia Ray, C39 Shark Drake Vice, number 39, number 32. If you figure this out, you can actually overlay these monsters. So you can overlay Utopia for Utopia Ray. Very, very simple. Just like Gaia Charger. But it has to be its lower form. Yeah, its original number form, which is number 39 and number 32. These 2 card effects can only be activated when you have 1,000 or less light points. This thing will kill your opponent if he has nothing to stop this card from getting out and using its effect. This thing can basically do 4,000 points of damage to your opponent, and I'll explain why. You need to get out Utopia out first. So basically 2 level 4s, overlay into him. If your opponent says it's fine, you know, it's okay, he stays on the field. Overlay again for Utopia Ray. Its effect is you can detach one card from this underneath this card, make your opponent's monster lose 1,000 attack points, and this card gains 500. So essentially, you could use all 3 and reduce a Blue Eyes White Dragon to 0 attack, and this thing has 4,000. Yes, very, very nasty. So, as you can tell, these cards can be quite useful and be quite dangerous. The cards I will suggest to get your hands on, and these cards are very, very simple to get hold of. Utopia, this card's been reprinted so many times, you can get your hands on this very easily. Maelstrom, it's only been printed once as a super, but it's inside one of the structure decks, Symphony of Destruction structure deck. It's only about £10 over here. I'm sure you can figure out how much it is in whether you are in USA, Australia, wherever you are. You can figure out how much this card will cost you. Number 16 Shockmaster. This card is also very good. If you get level 3s out, this card stops monster effects, spells and traps. Very, very nasty. 23 attack. A rank 3 monster that you're definitely going to get your hands on. That means this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. When this card is destroyed, you can detach one and save it and save itself. But at the end phase, you can if this card uses the effect of detaching material, you can destroy one of your opponent's cards. One card on the field. So it could be itself, it could be another monster your opponent controls. But most people would not destroy this card once per turn. They'll most likely kill it in one turn, because even if you detach 2 monsters from this card, it will only get its destruction effect once. And yet, if they destroy it before the end of the turn, it will not get the effect. So it's very, very good card for stalling, but it's also quite nasty if you leave it on the field for too long. Another rank 3, which is very, very, very useful, if I can find him, which is... Oh, come on, where are you, you little tosser? There he is. Yeah, this also has been reprinted. It's from it used to be an Ultra and Ultimate, now it's a Super. Inside 1 of 10, very easy to get your hands on. This card can get out any banished monster. It used to be called Move from Play, but now it's known as Banished. You can get any level 4 or lower banished or Move from Play monster to the field, and it can still attack, and it's 18. Quite useful, quite nasty. A rank 5 for you, which you could definitely get your hands on, is Tyrus Genesis. This card's also been reprinted. This one's a white rare from the 31st Battle Pack. Most people probably have this in loads, so you can get your hands on one of these. It's quite useful. Can't be destroyed with card materials underneath it, and at the end of each standby phase you have to detach one. But if this card attacks, you can destroy one of your opponent's cards, which is very, very useful, very nasty. A rank 6 monster, Photon Strike Bouncer. Yes, this is a secret rare version, which I got from the Galactic Overlord set. Very, very lucky to trade into this, but it's now also a super from a tin, which you can easily get this card your hands on, and it's very, very nasty. When your opponent uses a card effect, monster effect that's on the field, detach one, and it deals 1,000 damage to them. Very useful, very nasty. A rank 7, which most likely be Gaia Charger. Very, very useful, but this card can be quite expensive, because it's used in so many decks and you can use it in so many different ways. Another rank 4 which is also quite useful is Papal Operative. It's generic. If you're going to use light monsters, level 4 light monsters, I suggest Starly's Paradigma. It comes inside a tin. It's one of the recent tins. It requires 2 level light monsters, and it's quite nasty because you can reduce opponent's monster from its attack to 0, and if this card is destroyed, you get to draw a card. Very useful, quite nasty. If you're going for dinosaur monsters, I suggest definitely get your hands on these. These two. They come inside a tin, so it could be quite easy to get your hands on. Evilsaur Logia and Evilsaur Lagia. These two require 2 level 4 down type monsters, and Dolka negates card effects. It negates the card effect and destroys it, and negates monster effects. Lagia, he can do that twice. You only need to detach 1. Lagia detaches 2 and negates monster spell or trap, and it's quite nasty. It's a 2/4, he hits it 2, so it's quite nasty. So, as I said, try and get your hands on them. Phase 2 in Chaos Ray should be coming inside a new deck, so get your hands on this if you can. And that's it. Next time I shall show you monster cards, then spells and traps. Oh sorry, I'll actually do fusion cards, then spells, monster cards and spells and traps. Show you which cards are useful and which cards are staples in my opinion. And as I said in the first video, I'll have the link in the description for the card list, the recent way you go to get your ban list, and find out the same cards. This is Crazy J, and I'm out.